if you have a desire to be successful, if you have a desire to be anything you want to be in life, the first thing you should ask yourself is, what is your current status? What is your current level? Is it matching up with that thing you want to start? You want to start a career. Do you have what it takes? Do you have the skill? Do you have the resources? Do you have the relationship? Many of us just think, dream, and then we jump into reality without thinking and balancing or drawing our map rightly. And that is why it looks like growth has now become a bigger problem in our life. Growth definitely comes with higher, bigger, and more extensive challenges if not prepared for, because growth is like an open door, and when you get into an open door, whatsoever is in it, you must be responsible, you must be ready to take account of them. So many people get into a room they've never been familiar with, they get into an office they have never prepared for, they get into an organization they are never ready for, and they begin to act awkward, they begin to act with their current version. You just grew into a new level. When you grow into a new level, you require a new level of experience, a new level of dealing. You cannot use your previous activities to run your new engagement. So if you are looking out for growth, you should also look out for, the capacity. So when you look out for growth, also look out for capacity, because most of the things we are facing, most of the challenges we are having is that our current growth is not matching up with our present status. So we grow into a new phase, a new being, a new person, a new level, a new career, but we don't have the capacity to buckle up, to match up, to balance up, and it becomes a challenge. Capacity works with growth. You can't grow without having the capacity, the tenacity, the energy to balance your growth. Most of us, we are looking for new levels, but we are not looking at how we can grow new capacity to balance the new level that we are looking at for. That is an error mentality. That is a stagnant, ambition that you are looking out for. Because some of us, our current state and operation is all we need. The moment you grow into a new phase, you face stagnation. It seems now becoming like your previous being and operation is way now better than your present. The moment you start thinking that your previous being, your previous level, your previous activities is better than your current state, just know that your new growth that you grew into, you never had enough capacity to balance it, and now it becomes stagnation. Whenever you see growth as stagnation, whenever you see growth as problems, rather than creating rooms and systems that operate into an expanded, environment, just know you never prepared for it. Any growth that becomes a critical problem where you now become so stuck, you no longer find a way to move forward, you no longer find that dream, that goal, that vision, that plan, that job interesting. It looks tiring, it looks confused to you now. You never had the capacity and you never prepared for that room. You never prepared for that growth. And that is why you become so tired. So if you are in a state where you grew into a new dimension, a new phase, and it seems like you are tired, you are stuck, you don't have the capacity, you don't have the strength, the energy to manage that phase, all you need to do is go back to your drawing board, go back to your drawing plan, go back to your previous person, your previous level, check what has been working. Check the atmosphere that created that new growth and begins to align measures to closing those gaps on what will sustain that new growth. Hence, nothing else will work, nothing else will matter. until you have the capacity, the level, the energy to balance that growth, the growth will continuously look like a problem. Growth should be an avenue to expand. The moment growth begins to look like stagnation, you never prepare for it. And if you are in your current level, you are in your current state and things are working, and you feel the energy, the urge to move into a new phase, you feel the energy, the strength to grow further, you are only looking for rooms for bigger problem, which is good, but you must prepare yourself for those problems coming, because the moment you prepare yourself for those problems coming, it becomes expansion. You begin to see systems where you should, cover up. You begin to see room where you should adjust. You begin to see avenue where you can solve problems or create solution. Some of the growth you are growing into, you need extra hands. Some of the growth you are growing into, you need to automate some systems. For instance, you only have 24 hours. No matter how you grow, no matter how you work, no matter how more tax is being given to you, no matter how much money you earn extra, your 24 hours is your 24 hours. And the more you grow, the more you are unable to do everything in question that you've assigned for yourself. And growth simply means add up. So when you grow to a certain level, do well to either automate some things you've been doing by yourself, or bring in someone, maybe like an EA, a PA, to assign some tasks to. Because you were operating on 5 wings, you grow into 10 wings, you still have the same 24 hours. And your growth simply means you also need to attain those things within that same 24 hours. And you are only one person. You can't be everywhere at the same time. So you need more hands when you are growing. You need to automate systems if you are growing. And you need to prepare yourself intellectually, spiritually, mentally, and otherwise, so that you'll be able to equip and balance those states. Growth should not be room or avenue for stagnation. Growth should be avenue for expansion. Your growth should be exciting. It should not be tiring. The moment growth becomes tiring, it becomes a problem. But when it becomes exciting, it becomes, growth indeed. Every new growth you find yourself, always know this, that there are season or phase of that new growth that it will look like nothing is working anymore. It will look like stagnation. It will look like your previous phase or your previous operation is kind of better, because you are into a new phase, you are into a new system or environment or dimension or expansion. You need time to balance yourself. You need time to get used to that new phase. So when it looks like it is kind of overwhelming, it is what it is. You just have to calm yourself down. You just have to study. You just have to do more research. You just have to build more of yourself. And then over time, you begin to align. You can't grow into a new system and you are expecting perfection. Whenever you are growing and you are working in the atmosphere of building wealth or building success or building a life of intentionality, you don't look for perfection. You look for growth and consistency. And when you talk about growth and consistency, remember, first of all, you are human. So there are times it looks like you are lagging behind. There are times where you are going to fail. Whenever you fail, kindly pick yourself up. Appreciate yourself for the things you've done rightly and begins to go again. You begin to go again. You begin to push again. Sometimes it looks like it is tiring. You go. Sometimes it looks like your energy is high. You go. Sometimes it looks like you want to give up. You go. Until you are there, you don't have to give up. And when you finally get there, remember, you are going to be alone. Because anybody on the path of greatness, they are always busy. So nobody is coming for you, nobody is coming to excite you. Those who are working with excitement on the lower floor, they are jobless. They don't have a lot to do. So they have enough time to excite you, to cheer you up, to always be there for you whenever you want them. But when you are in the peak of building something very tedious and weighty, you are going to be alone. And the few persons that will think like you, they are also busy building their life. So they don't have time. But there's what we call system, planning. There are seasons where you have to take a break, take a pause, pull back, observe, check, and review all what you've done. And in the process of building wealth, in the process of building success, you should have a mentor. You should have a guardian where you report, where you give account, where you ask questions, where you learn and you get encouraged to keep going. That is what you need, not people that will applaud you. But one thing that is certain is this: whenever you are building and you are making wave, you are making success, your result will attract those who will applaud you. When the applaud is coming, it comes with distraction. What you are supposed to do is to know that, something is worth celebrating, not a pause, not time for jubilation. Remember, your journey is long, your journey is far, and you have to keep going. When you are building, there are going to be seasons of storm. There's going to be seasons of trials. There are times you are going to fall into debt. There are times everything may look like it is gone. There are times it's going to look like nobody is with you. What is most important with you is your vision and God. Always put God at the center of everything you do. Always walk through that path you desire, whether it's raining, it's sunny, whether you're excited, whether you are sad. Continuously go. Continuously go. Because the more you go, the more the result, the more they applaud, the more it looks fulfilling. The more it looks fulfilling, the more there's more tasks to do. The more there's more tasks to do, the more the vision gets more bigger. The more the vision gets bigger, the more you need more people. The more you need more people, the more you need to know that system and structure must be the order of the day. The more system and structure becomes order of the day, the more you have to see it as an organization. The more you see it as an organization, the more you see it as a life. The more you see it as a life, then you have to give your life for the life that you've built. Because after a while, you will know and you will see that what you've laid out is going to stay through the test of time and even live through generations to come.